The health of your hair, scalp, and internal system should never be compromised for color. We begin our countdown of the 25 worst at-home hair dyes that contain known sensitizers and endocrine disruptors that directly conflict with the beauty and wisdom of maturity. 25. The Dark Stain. Clairol Nice and Easy. This box is the trusted friend on the shelf. Did you ever suspect that what felt like an easy choice was the beginning of a lifetime of risk? Behind the nostalgic name lies a concentrated irritant. The chemical culprit is paraphenylenediamine, or PPD. Nice and Easy is a powerhouse of it. PPD is a potent sensitizer. It changes how your body reacts to future exposures. For women coloring their hair for decades, the risk climbs dramatically. This is about chronic inflammation and intense swelling. The irony is in the name. There is nothing easy about managing chemical exposure. We deserve better than a dye using high concentrations of this allergic potential. This dark stain proves pedigree is never a substitute for purity. Is history worth the danger hiding within? 24. L'Oreal. Excellence. The formaldehyde connection. L'Oreal promises excellence. We expect sophistication and safety. Yet, inspection reveals a disturbing secret: the inclusion of preservatives that can release substances associated with science labs. We are talking about formaldehyde-releasing preservatives. These chemicals function by slowly emitting trace amounts of formaldehyde as the product sits on your scalp. For mature skin, this exposure is problematic. It leads to contact dermatitis and sensitivity. Imagine paying a premium for quality, only to find the formula relies on a cost-cutting tactic. This is the price point deception. We must insist on the purest preservation methods. We deserve formulations that celebrate our wisdom. Next, we examine another brand that uses clever marketing to disguise damage. Before we move to number 21, take a moment to look at the visual evidence we've compiled. These on-screen images are the shocking dermal reactions caused by the high-risk sensitizers we've just discussed, PPD and formaldehyde releasers. They are a physical manifestation of the corporate disregard we are unmasking. 23. Revlon Color Silk. The ammonia-free illusion. Revlon Color Silk promises ammonia-free color, implying a gentler experience. Consumers believed they were sidestepping harsh dyes, but removing one substance means substituting another, ethanolamine, or MEA. While ammonia evaporates quickly, MEA is used in higher concentrations and lingers on the hair. This leads to increased scalp irritation. The greater tragedy is what it does to the hair shaft. MEA causes swelling of the hair cuticle, leading to chronic damage that results in dryness, brittleness, and breakage. This is not a gentle alternative. It is a chemical swap. The ammonia-free illusion is marketing that disguises a compromise to your hair's strength. We deserve a formula that nurtures our hair. Up next, we look at a brand tailored for men that carries a concentrated risk. 22. Just for Men. The unexpected allergen bomb. Most of us assume a product marketed to a specific gender might be milder. Yet, Just for Men dyes uncover a concentrated danger. Achieving coverage on coarse facial hair requires an intensely powerful pigment load. The formula is packed with PPD and PTD at alarming concentrations. When applied to the face, the risk skyrockets. The skin on the face is thinner, leading to rapid and severe absorption. Health authorities have issued strong cautions, noting cases of extreme contact dermatitis and swelling. If you have a partner or family member using this, you must insist they perform a patch test every single time, because the stakes are far too high for guesswork. This product is a stark reminder that concentrated convenience comes with concentrated chemical risk. Next, we turn our attention to a brand that uses beautiful fragrances to mask a deeper threat. 21. Garnier Nutrisse, the fragrance overload. Garnier Nutrisse uses the seductive imagery of fruits and oils. This intense scent is achieved through synthetic fragrances simplified with parfum. This word can conceal dozens of undisclosed chemicals, many known to be endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors interfere with your body's natural hormones, a risk especially critical for women over 60. These compounds are added purely to mask the chemical smell, trading odor for an invisible health compromise. We are breathing in chemicals designed to influence our internal systems. We deserve transparency and protection, not a cocktail disguised by a charming scent. Up next, we investigate a popular professional-grade dye and the dangerous chemical that permanently stains its formula. 20. Wella Koleston, the permanent stain of Resorcinol. Wella Koleston carries the air of salon permanence. Look closely at the colorants, and you will find an irritating compound, Resorcinol. This substance is a powerful coupling agent necessary for deep, lasting color, but it carries serious risks. Resorcinol is classified as an irritant that can sensitize the skin. It is a known toxin quickly absorbed through the skin. For women who rely on frequent touch-ups, compounding application means a lifetime of unnecessary exposure. We must question any product that prioritizes an aggressive stain over safety. Relying on this compound favors chemical power over our lasting wellness. A brand should earn our trust through transparency. Now, let us unmask another brand that attempts to cloak its harsh chemical reality beneath the comforting guise of nature. 19. Herbal Essences, the natural marketing myth we yearn for nature. When we see herbal essences, we believe we are choosing wholesome botanicals. However, peel back the greenwashing, and the list is far removed from any garden. The promise of nature is overshadowed by harsh, synthetic foaming agents and sulfates, SLS and SLES. These inexpensive chemicals aggressively strip away oils and moisture. For mature hair, prone to fragility, these stripping agents accelerate aging. They are notorious for opening the hair cuticle, causing the rich color to leach out faster. The herbal extracts are merely window dressing intended to distract us from the chemical formula. When a brand uses the myth of nature to hide ingredients that work against health, the betrayal is twofold. Up next, we look at how vibrant colors can mask a serious issue. 18. Manic Panic, the unknown dye precursors. The allure of vibrant, playful color is undeniable. Achieving these brilliant shades relies on a dangerous secret: the use of direct dyes largely outside safety data. These dyes coat the hair shaft. Because they are classified differently, many lack the long-term safety studies required. We are using an unknown cocktail of chemicals, relying entirely on the manufacturer's assurances. These semi-permanent formulas are designed to wash out, meaning the rinse streams down your body during every shower, increasing chronic contact. This is not the clean fun the packaging suggests. It is a serious gamble on unknown dye precursors. We must approach playful packaging with caution. Vibrant appearance does not equate to chemical safety. Up next, we delve into a common additive that drastically increases the penetration of all the other toxic chemicals. 17. Tresemme, the propylene glycol trap. When we choose Tresemme, we sacrifice luxury for convenience. These economical formulas rely on an additive that drastically increases the chemical burden on our bodies: propylene glycol. The true concern is its role as a potent penetration enhancer. Think of it as a chemical skeleton key, temporarily unlocking your scalp to allow every harmful dye molecule to sneak past the natural defenses. It weakens the skin's barrier, allowing dangerous chemicals to be absorbed more quickly. This additive ensures you get a greater dose of every toxin. For women with aging skin, this dramatically increases the risk of sensitization. Paying less for a product shouldn't mean unknowingly inviting more harmful chemicals. The Tresemme trap proves that convenience is a very expensive compromise to our long-term wellness. Next, we will uncover a brand that promises strength but secretly introduces heavy metal compounds. 16. Schwarzkopf Keratin. Color, the heavy metal load. The word keratin whispers. Promises of strength. However, in formulations designed for gradual darkening, a hidden danger undermines the promise of health. Heavy metals. Certain legacy formulas utilize metallic compounds, such as lead acetate, to achieve lasting dark pigment. The concern is the chronic, long-term exposure. When these metals are repeatedly applied, there is a risk of systemic absorption, which introduces a cumulative toxicity burden. Imagine seeking to strengthen your hair, only to introduce a compound linked to neurological concerns. This heavy metal load is a profound contradiction to a restorative beauty routine. The brand relies on a dated, risky chemical process. A hair color should enhance your beauty without compromising your foundational health. Next, we unveil a notorious powder dye that represents the absolute peak of PPD concentration and subsequent risk. We have just exposed the danger of penetration enhancers and undocumented dyes. We are now shifting focus from skin absorption risks to cumulative systemic toxins, the metals and powders that accumulate in your body over time. Stay focused, because the next 5 revelations expose the hidden price of permanent, dark color. 15. The PPD powerhouse. Bigen Permanent Powder. The color retention offered by Bigen Permanent Powder is legendary. That efficiency is achieved through chemical concentration that places this product among the most concerning. We are talking about the highest end of the chemical risk spectrum due to the intense load of PPD packaged in a powder form. This is critical. PPD exposure is intensified when the dye is mixed as a powder. This airborne particulate enters your lungs, providing a pathway for the sensitizing compound straight into your bloodstream, making this the highest risk delivery system available. Documented cases of extreme allergic reactions are tragically common. Using this dye is a high-stakes choice. The incredible durability of the color comes at a cost far greater than the price. We must prioritize safety over intensity. Next, we examine a modern, clean darling that uses a subtle substitute to hide the same fundamental chemical risk. 14. Madison Reed, the price point paradox. Madison Reed promised clean color, convincing many we were paying for safer chemistry. The price point is premium, leading us to believe we are protected. Yet, beneath the veneer of marketing lies a chemical compound that is a close, high-risk cousin to PPD, toluene 2, 5-diamine, or TDS. Replacing PPD with TDS is a sophisticated sleight of hand. TDS functions in the same manner as PPD, meaning it carries an identical risk of sensitization. We are paying more money for a substitute toxin. This is the price point paradox. The higher cost is paying for better branding, not genuinely safer ingredients. The true definition of clean beauty requires a radical departure from these foundational dye precursors. It is a reminder that a costly label does not guarantee a clean conscience. Next, we examine a line of semi-permanent dyes that create extended risk by refusing to stay put. 13. Adore Semi-Permanent. The dye runoff risk. The appeal of a semi-permanent dye lies in its simplicity, quick application, and a color that fades. This feature introduces a long-term chemical risk. Because the color sits only on the outside of the hair shaft, it is prone to excessive color runoff every time you wash. For weeks after application, dye chemicals are leaching out, running across your face and shoulders. This extended contact exposes your skin to chronic doses. For mature skin, this leads to persistent irritation and sensitization. The ease of application is overshadowed by weeks of extended chemical exposure. This is an insidious danger. Shampooing becomes a repeated chemical bath. We should not have to trade clean water for the risk of chronic skin contact. It is a fundamental flaw when a product cannot stay where it belongs. Up next, we explore the paradox of professional-grade products sold to amateurs, which carry a destructive overload of power. 12. Wella Color Charm, the salon-grade overload. We are tempted by the efficiency of professional-grade colors like Wella Color Charm. We assume superior quality, but this high concentration of chemical power is a profound risk. This line requires potent, high-volume developers, an overload of hydrogen peroxide. While peroxide is necessary to open the hair cuticle, the high volume is too aggressive for routine use. It creates excessive oxidative stress, rushing the aging process. For mature hair, this shock irrevocably damages the keratin structure, leading to permanent fragility. This is the paradox of power. You get intense color, but pay for it with destruction of your hair's health. The professional formula is designed for immediate, powerful results, not gentle care. We must remember that more power is not always better. Next, we unveil a shocking truth about certain international brands that hide behind proprietary secrecy. 11. Igora Royal, Schwarzkopf, the undocumented toxin. When we see a brand like Igora Royal, we place deep trust in its formulation. However, when professional-grade products migrate into the consumer market, a hazard emerges: the lack of complete transparency. Unlike consumer packaged goods, some high-performance salon dyes contain proprietary blends and specialized precursors not fully documented. This shroud of secrecy means you may be applying a cocktail of undocumented toxins whose long-term health effects are unknown. For the health-conscious woman, this absence of full disclosure is unacceptable. We cannot properly vet the safety of a product if the manufacturer is hiding behind proprietary status. This lack of transparency is concerning. When a brand refuses to be fully open, they are prioritizing competitive advantage over consumer wellness. True quality must include total transparency. If we cannot read every element, we cannot trust the product. Up next, we look at a highly damaging phenomenon where fun, bright color comes at the price of irrevocably destroying the health of mature hair. 10. Splat hair color, the bleach kit devastation. The promise of bright color comes packaged with a prerequisite: a powerful bleaching kit. Brands like Splat bundle high-volume peroxide-based lighteners. While these kits achieve the desired vivid outcome, they pose an irrevocable risk to mature hair. When exposed to the aggressive chemical shock of high-volume bleach, the delicate keratin structure is destroyed. This results in permanent damage, hair that is brittle, fragile, and unable to hold moisture. The temporary thrill of a new color is paid for with the permanent destruction of hair's integrity. This damage is devastating for aging trees. We must understand that high-intensity color treatments demand a chemical toll that is too steep for our beautiful hair. The most damaging color is often the one that demands the highest level of pre-treatment. Next, we examine a line of shimmering colors that use a destructive stripping agent. The damage caused by aggressive bleaching is permanent, and the secret must be shared. If you care about protecting the integrity of another woman's hair, stop what you are doing and share this video immediately. It is our duty to warn our friends. 9. L'Oreal Feria, the heavy alcohol base. L'Oreal Feria is famous for its shimmering color. This visual impact requires a chemical shortcut that is destructive: the heavy use of alcohol. Ingredients like SD alcohol or isopropyl. Alcohol accelerate drying and enhance dye penetration. For hair that is aging and moisture deficient, repeated alcohol exposure is devastating. These stripping agents dissolve the hair's natural lipid barrier, leading to a severe loss of moisture. The result is hair that is perpetually parched, dull, and brittle. You achieve temporary vibrancy at the cost of your long-term health. The brand prioritizes a quick cosmetic effect over necessary long-term hydration. This is not the sophisticated color treatment we deserve. It is a rapid route to dryness. A truly elegant color experience should never sacrifice the health of the hair shaft. Next, we examine a brand that uses a beautiful ingredient to disguise the same old harsh chemicals we are trying to avoid. 8. Garnier Olia, the oil-based deception. Garnier Olia is a successful example of beauty marketing, creating a false sense of security. Its branding is focused on the phrase oil-powered, leading women to believe the formula uses gentle oils. This is a profound deception. The natural oils in Olia's formula are primarily used as a solvent to help color penetrate smoothly. These oils do not replace the need for core, aggressive chemical action. Olia relies on the same problematic dye precursors, the PPD and TDS. You are not getting a clean dye. You are simply getting a harsh chemical dye packaged with a thin layer of oil. This marketing trick causes health-conscious consumers to drop their guard. We must recognize that the chemical foundation is far more important than the packaging promises. Do not be seduced by nourishment when the heart of the formula remains dangerously harsh. Next, we expose an expensive personalization service that is nothing more than a chemical repackaging gimmick. 7. Color & Co by L'Oreal. The online custom gimmick services like Color & Co promise the ultimate, customized hair dye experience. The marketing is seductive. A custom blend formulated for your hair, suggesting superior safety. But this entire concept is a profound gimmick. When you strip away the technology, the base chemistry remains the same. The customization involves tweaking the ratios of the very same high-risk dye precursors, the PPD, TDS, and Resorcinol. You are paying a premium price for a blend of chemicals already known to be aggressive. Customization does not equal purity, and a consultation does not negate the risks. This is an expensive distraction that exploits the desire for bespoke solutions, relying on cheap, effective color chemistry. The high cost does not buy you safety. We must never confuse an innovative delivery system with gentle chemistry. Safety is about the ingredients, not the algorithm. Finally, we turn to the final brand in our countdown, a dual-risk formula that is aggressively effective and maximally damaging. 6. Ion Permanent Brights. The dual-risk formula. When a brand aims for lasting color, it relies on a high-risk chemical cocktail. Ion Permanent Brights blend two chemical aggressions into one damaging formula. This product combines a high pigment load with the forceful action of strong alkalinity. This combination is maximally destructive. The high alkalinity is required to aggressively swell the hair shaft and drive the dense pigments deep inside. For mature hair, this creates a shock, that leads to severe structural compromise. It is a recipe for permanent fragility and dryness. The promise of eye-catching vibrancy is traded for long-term health. The dual action ensures the most damaging result. This is a level of aggression that graceful hair simply cannot withstand. We must remember that brightness should not come at the cost of brilliance. The healthiest color is always the one achieved with the utmost gentleness. You have now seen 20 of the most concerning brands to avoid, but do not despair, because we have 10 beautiful toxin-free solutions that actually honor your enduring beauty. 5. Essilon, the ammonia-free imposter. Essilon promised custom color without aggressive chemicals. Their marketing leans heavily on the promise of being ammonia-free. This is a chemical imposter trick. To achieve saturation without ammonia, Essilon substitutes it with a high concentration of ethanolamine, or MEA. Concentration is critical. Because MEA is milder, a significantly greater quantity must be used. This high-dose exposure leads to two major harms for mature hair. First, the MEA lingers longer, increasing irritation. Second, the continuous swelling causes irreversible structural damage, resulting in chronic dryness. We are trading the smell of one chemical for an overwhelming, prolonged dose of another. This brand is an example of how personalized service is used as a costly distraction from harsh chemistry. Do not be fooled. The high-dose alternative is simply not a safe trade. Now we confront a brand that believes in doubling down on danger. 4. Goldwell Topchic, the double-dose dark color. When you see Goldwell Topchic, you expect the best color performance in deep shades. But that longevity comes at an alarming cost. The brand utilizes a simultaneous, high-concentration blend of two high-risk dye precursors, PPD and PTD. Using both together is chemical overkill, designed for maximum pigment adherence. This double dose exponentially increases the total allergic burden. We are exposed to two related compounds, multiplying the risk of a severe allergic reaction. This dual exposure can push your system past its sensitization limit. The high-performance results are a direct measure of high-aggression chemistry, calibrated for intensity over safety. The search for permanent dark color should not require us to use formulas that double our risk. We deserve efficacy without the compounded chemical danger. Next, we expose a popular, affordable line that is dangerously inconsistent with its hidden toxic load. 3. Ion Color Brilliance, the hidden toxin in the tubes. The appeal of Ion Color Brilliance is its affordability and accessibility. Yet, this high-volume approach leads to dangerous inconsistencies in batch quality. Independent testing has flagged specific shades for levels of substances like M-aminophenol, a powerful sensitizer. While the label lists the primary precursors, these secondary dye components introduce an insidious risk. Using a product with questionable batch consistency means every new tube is a gamble. You may escape irritation for years, only to be struck by a sudden, intense allergic reaction caused by a spike in a secondary chemical. This lack of reliable purity is a profound ethical failing. We deserve a guaranteed level of safety, not a product whose quality fluctuates based on cost-cutting measures. This inconsistency makes Ion Color Brilliance a particularly risky choice. This lack of reliability proves that low price translates directly into high personal risk. Next, we unveil a modern brand that uses a dated, problematic preservative. 2. Schwarzkopf Color Ultim, the permanent paraben problem. Schwarzkopf Color Ultim is marketed with a modern, trend-driven edge. Yet, the preservation system reveals a dated, high-risk choice. The the inclusion of parabens. Despite decades of discussion, this brand continues to use multiple forms of these preservatives. Parabens are notorious for their classification as endocrine disruptors. For mature women, applying a product that contains chemicals capable of mimicking estrogen is a significant gamble. When hair dye is applied, these preservatives can be absorbed, accumulating over time. Modern science has developed safer alternatives, making the brand's continued reliance on parabens a negligent choice. We must demand that our beauty choices move forward with science. This continued use of questionable preservatives makes this a brand to bypass entirely. Finally, we reach the #1 brand on our list, a product that achieves dangerous speed through maximum chemical aggression. 1. Revlon Root Erase, the unclean queen of convenience. Revlon Root Erase is the queen of convenience. Its appeal is immediate, a rapid applicator designed to cover roots in minutes. But that incredible speed is the defining mark of its danger, achieved through a maximal chemical load that compromises the health of your hair. To process permanent color in 5 minutes, the formula must be aggressively concentrated with the harshest dye precursors. High concentrations of PPD, PTD, and Resorcinol are necessary to force the color into the hair shaft in such a compressed time frame. This dramatically increases the risk of severe allergic sensitization. The speed does not save you time, it simply accelerates the damage. This is the most toxic trade-off on the market, sacrificing your comfort for instant gratification. This formula epitomizes the belief that expediency is more valuable than consumer safety. The easiest product is often the most aggressive. Having uncovered the 25 brands to approach with caution, we now move to the 10 truly gentle and toxin-free solutions that respect your timeless beauty. This final brand is a betrayal of consumer trust at its most urgent. If discovering these hidden risks has empowered you, then subscribe now. It is essential that you join our community for the second half of this video, the solutions, so you never choose the wrong product again. Now that you know the truth about the brands to avoid, and more importantly, the clean solutions that truly celebrate your enduring elegance, your next choice is simple. Please subscribe to our channel right now and tap the notification bell so you never miss another essential revelation for your timeless beauty journey. And if this video gave you the knowledge you deserve, hit that like button to help other women find their way to a safer routine. Thank you for trusting us with your wisdom.